I'm sharing this video because God told me to share it. I started posting YouTube videos a few months ago. I haven't done it as consistently as I would like. But to be honest, the reason why I started doing it is because I was afraid. But at the same time, I've always felt that I had a mission, and my mission, my purpose was to inspire and to uplift others. And what better way to do it than on this worldwide global platform than YouTube? Someone else may say, well, why now? And I say, it's better to start whenever you feel comfortable, or even if you don't feel comfortable, just go before you're ready. It's one of the slogans that I use is go before you're ready. And it's hard to follow our own advice often. But I do want to share my experience and my journey. One of the things that happened within the last couple of years, which were monumental, is I got saved on June the 10th, 2023. Now, before that point, I had already been praying every day, practically. I was doing all the things that I think a spiritual person would do, not only just praying for myself, but also praying for my family, praying for complete strangers, praying for my coworkers, praying for anybody who I felt may need a word of prayer. It's just something that I do as a part of my life. So I feel that I have developed and built a relationship with God. But at the same time, as I don't like to be preached to, I'm not here to preach to anybody. But to be honest, one of the reasons that I was hesitant about getting saved was because I knew that I had a liking for adult content, pornography of different types, videos, pictures, stories, you name it. I didn't want to make a commitment because that's the way that I felt that it was a commitment without being true to that commitment, right? Being a hypocrite. And the funny thing was, the pastor, who was a good friend of mine, he would say to me, he would say, people don't have to, without directly saying something to me, but saying it to me, you don't have to be perfect. Things will begin to fall off of you when you get saved. I'm not saying that that is the end all be all, but for me, it was one of those life changing moments when I did finally step up and answer the call to get saved. But getting back to the adult content, what's interesting is it was something that I had discovered when I was 12 years old, picked up at that point in time a VHS video, watched it, and never stopped. I would stop as I got older, maybe for a week or two. And it's not like something that I did every single day, hours of the day, but it was something that certainly I did not have impulse control over, it had control over me. So fast forward past June the 10th, 2023, the day that I got saved, to uh, July the 27th, let's say, of 2023, just over a month later, I'm watching YouTube. I happened to come across this video with this young lady talking about her journey into overcoming what they call no fap in the community. And that's basically you stop, self-pleasure into adult content. And to be honest, I clicked on the YouTube video because of her thumbnail. She was an attractive young lady. So again, being driven by the lust spirit, some of you may have been there, right? When you're clicking on social media, images or scrolling through, something catches your attention that's driven by sexual impulses. So that's what happened. But interestingly, when I started watching this young lady's video talking about her journey, I almost immediately put away that thought about how attractive she was, and I was drawn to her story. So I watched one video, then I watched another video of hers, then I watched the third video. And by the time I watched that third video, I had made a decision. I said, this is it. I am going to go 1 month without any adult content. Before then, I had done it just by stopping watching the videos, but I was still entertained with other forms of content. But this time I made a decision. I said, no, I'm going to go one full month cold turkey watching nothing. And that's what I did. And it was instantaneous from the moment that I started with that journey. I never looked back. And it is so amazing how we think we need things that are not doing us any good. They're not serving us in any way. I think about what Kevin Gates, I call him the artist because he's more than a rapper to me. When something no longer serves you, you can let it go. We go no further. And in this case, we just didn't, I didn't go any further with it. Now, I'll tell you, I didn't count the days. I counted months. And I'm at the point now at this juncture, I'm going almost 2 years. But so many things have happened, or some things have happened along this journey, that I just felt that it was necessary to share. First and foremost, I feel that we're not educated when it comes to sexual wellness. We have to begin to get educated when it comes to that area of our lives, because it is so important. But we make so many errors because it's not something that's taught. And we have to go on that mission on our own, because when you think about it, they're not going to really teach it in a way that's going to give you the jewels you need in school, because it's adult content. It's an adult conversation, rather. You're not going to learn about it in your home or community, because people in your home and in your community, they don't know. No one ever taught them. It speaks to the same message that I talk about when it comes to financial literacy. So you have to go on that journey. But for me, once I went down that road and made that commitment, and then put the task behind myself to challenge myself to overcome the impulses, I just noticed changes over time, and I began to educate myself in the area of sex, my body, my partner's body, the woman's body. Is books you can read. I read those books. I read the Multi-Orgasmic Man. I read the G-Spot book. I read other books. I've listened to other podcasts, and that's just there. Maybe and I've still been feeding that energy, but I've been using it for my good. So I say all of that to say to anyone who has been dealing with anything, any struggles that you may have, um, go as you are, go when you're ready, or go before you're ready, and just start somewhere. And don't beat yourself up. Give yourself grace. I used to say to myself, it's just a part of who I am. And if it's not that, it could be something else. It could be people are struggling with maybe other kind of substance abuses. They're struggling with anger. They could be struggling with insecurities. Whatever it is that you may be struggling with, your mess can be turned into something that's marvelous. It doesn't have to stop there, but you do have to be accountable. You have to own your actions. You have to look within yourself. You have to look in the mirror and say, I'm not okay with this. I'm ready to make a change. And then you take small steps to make a change. You think about it. A baby's not able to eat adult food when a baby comes into the world. It has to eat food that it can digest. So you have to do the same thing. You go and have the kind of meal to growth that you can digest, because you're not going to be able to do it all at one time. Whatever habit you have, whatever impulse you have, it may be ingrained into the culture of your family. And it could be a generational thing that you're dealing with, that you're trying to get off of you. But you can get it off of you. You just have to take the action. And it doesn't have to be a perfect action. It will unfold as you go. And again, for this video, it's just something that I felt the necessary or the need to share. You go from the point, just to give you an idea. So at the time I discovered the adult content, I was 12. At the time when I started the journey to overcoming it, I was 47. So that's 35 years. That's 35 years. Anything is possible. You can overcome anything. As I started to say in the beginning, I always wanted to inspire people. I always wanted to share growth with people. So you have to be honest, right? There's a lot of content in the world, and people are doing things for clicks and they're doing things for likes. I would say to people, be honest, because when we start to be honest, when we start to share our real true stories, then that's when we begin to change lives and things begin to shift. So I just wanted to take the time to speak to the camera today and share that. Maybe somebody needs to hear, whoever needs to hear will hear it. Anything in this video has touched your heart, please like, share, subscribe, comment. What journey are you on? Are you comfortable sharing it? And it's okay if you're not, but we're still going to love on you anyway. But with that, I want to remind you to own your mind, own your money, and own the keys to the bank.